Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is Four of Arrows and Rest. And I'm meditating on this card when it come out, and I'm like thinking, okay, how does this work with the Six of Arrows that came out yesterday? And then I've got the Five of Arrows, here 2 days ago. So we got a lot of arrow energy, which is telling me that there's a lot of thinking going on, a lot of reasoning. And, some of that could just be, the more you think about stuff, and it goes back to that Five of Arrows frustration. When things ain't going the way you want it to go, you get to be frustrated, right? And, when I'm thinking about this and I'm thinking, okay, am I overthinking something? How do I want to get this message out to the collective? And, the thought that came to mind was just, you've been telling a beautiful story about this, campsite, and everybody's showing up, and here you are ready to move, right? And that's what that Six of Arrows transition was talking about, right? And it's taking that step forward, right? Transitioning into the change. And the Page of Bows talks about that too. That message, that learning of change is going on. And it got me thinking that, when you listen to Spirit, it has a message for you. And the message that came across was change is going to happen. And you need to be aware of what the change is. But in the meantime, while this transition is taking place and you're preparing yourself, rest. Don't get stressed out over what's happening. Okay? Take a step back, take a couple long, deep breaths, slow down, and rest. It's time to recharge from that stressful thinking activity that we've been going through, right? Because, you want to remain happy. You got the Shaman out here. You got the King of Stones still sitting out here. And it's during those stressful times in life that we forget to take the time, to rest. We go to sleep, and it's not a restful sleep. We're tossing and turning because our mind, is active. Even subconsciously, it's active. And only when you can step away, right, and say, you know what, whether you work out or meditate to relieve that stress, it's important for that body to recuperate and rejuvenate, all right? And rest is a great place, for that. I know when my mom was going through her cancer stuff and, in the last year when she was sleeping a lot, she always said that, I'm going to go lay down for another nap, And I said, Ma, you just got up. She goes, yeah, but, sleep is healing my body. And it does that, right? If your body is fighting an illness, rest is the best thing for it, okay? If you're going through, even with the COVID stuff, whether it's, Alpha, Beta, Charlie, Delta, Lambda, whatever. Okay. It's a good opportunity to rest. Even if you're going through the stress, just rest from the stress of what's happening. Okay, so you recuperate, and that's what that's what the Shaman is telling you, the King of Stones, Page of Bows. Don't leave yet. Don't leave the campsite yet. All right? Yes, there's going to be change coming on. Relax. Take some rest. I want you to lay down here for the night, and I want you to think about what's going on, where you want to go. It's good for the soul. It's good for the spirit. And, it'll help revigorate and rejuvenate you. Sometimes we don't even know it, but the stress affects our muscles. Tension in our shoulders, stress in the forehead where, lines start showing. And when you rest, when you're able to sit back and drink some fluids and rest and recuperate, the muscles tend to repair themselves, right? And at the same time, it rebuilds your mind, as you're working on that deep sleep, to bring you the dreams, which would help bring order to your chaotic world, right? Because within the dreams, there's messages. All right, so, take the time to be covered by that butterfly and just... out of the sun, because even staying in the sun can create stress and can create tiredness, right? But rest so you can relieve that chaotic world that you're in right now. Take your mind out of it, whether that's through working out or, like I said, meditation, or watching YouTube videos, however you want to do it. By able to take that opportunity to rest, okay, it brings insight and inspiration on where we want to go. And that's how this is tying into the Six of Arrows. Okay, this transition, because the transition is a change. The Page of Bows is saying that, there's a lesson to be learned. There's a message out there. But as you're, with change, right? And as the change is moving forward, okay, when you rest and you think about that and you say, okay, things are going differently. How do I want to go about doing this? And you rest and you sleep on it, and you wake up the next day and you've got that insight and that inspiration. Whether that, come through your subconscious or through your ancestors or, whatever. Okay. It helps you give that insight and inspiration on how to move forward on your spiritual path. So, take that time to rest and restore your stamina and vitality, your spirit, recuperate, rejuvenate, revigorate, whatever it is you want to do, because, like I said, that change is coming. Okay, and you need to be ready for it. And you need to be ready wholly, spiritual, physical, mental, psychological, all that. And then, the Page of Bows, like I said, he's out there. Who's offering you that opportunity to rest? Well, looking down here, you got the Shaman, the King of Stones, and the Page. They're going to protect you while you're resting. Don't get frustrated over that. To have the 4, 5, and 6 of Arrows, 5, 6, and 4 come up, that's telling me there, again, a lot of thinking going on, a lot of reasoning. The King of Stones is, where is life offering you its riches? You know where the riches are. In order to get there, though, it might be an opportunity that you have to say, you know what, I need to rest because the journey is going to be long. The journey is going to, require a lot of strength. At the same time that you're saying that I want to remain happy. I want to make sure that all my cups are staying full. All right? Because I know what that feeling is. And then the Shaman's sitting out there saying, we can manifest whatever you want with you. He's manifesting the happiness for you. He's manifesting that King of Stones, that security and materialism. He's manifesting that creativity, that fire energy in that Page of Bows. And then he's definitely manifesting the air energy with the arrows. Okay? And then, the King of Stones also, saying, where do you need to provide support? You can't provide support if you're worn down. Or who's even, leaning on you for support. If you're not strong enough, you can't give anybody support. And then the Page of Bows is, okay, as you're thinking about this, what would happen if you engaged with it? All right, well, what would happen, Dwayne, if I, sit down and took a nap? I don't know. Take that nap, find out. Find out what that insight and that inspiration is for your journey as you're moving forward. Take the time to step away from the stressful activities that's going on in your life and recharge from it. So there you have it. That's the card of the day, 4 of Arrows and rest. Hit that like button for me, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel. This is Dee for the Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, and stay safe.